It's the Caleb MTG Gathering Show.
Looks like a strip mine pack to me. Oh, someone played Mole Man earlier and it looked good enough to kill. 3 mana for a 1/1, you can play lands from your graveyard, so a new Crucible effect. And landfall gives you 1/1s. Interesting. Be a nice wheel with this strip mine pick. So there's a so Johnny's probably the best card in the pack. I'm not really in the mood slam and jam Boros though. The next best pair of cards are Swords and Thoughtseize. So I'm gonna grab that Thoughtseize. So Badgermore Cub is one of the better green cards, and it does play well with Strip Mine. There are a couple of nice follow-ups to Thoughtseize here in the black cards. I'm gonna grab Cub. I had some late night chicken last night, and so the snack is like leftovers from the fridge. Cold chicken wings, let's go. Looking at Vista, looking at Pest Infestation. I'm gonna take Vista here. Fetches are usually in high demand. Are we jamming back-to-back Cradle decks? I do like Cradle with Badger Mole Cub. Halfling also an option in that pack. Yeah, if we're not gristing here, then I don't know what we're doing, right? Where's Luris in my range in that pack? I pretty much never draft Luris unless I already have a Black Lotus. Nantuku and Bat are both solid. I'm going to take Red and 6 here. We do have that Strip Mine. And our fixing the Vista might help us with the red splash. Hey, Whiskey Dingo, thanks for the sob, thanks for 61 months. I move wood every time I stream? Oh my. Chat getting real frisky. So that Bayou would be awesome, but I think we are drafting Mole Man because it is just a Crucible. And we are a Strip Mine deck. Yeah, I'm starting to think that I might have the dates mixed up on my wood moving. The Seiju rebuy with Red and 6 is pretty good. I might grab Snuff Out, though. Nice to have any removal at all. I probably set it for next week and like thought it was this Thursday when it's actually next Thursday. Mortuary would also be good. I'm going to take that Halfling, though. Halfling helps with the Ren Splash for sure. A lot of cards worth ramping out here. Blue cheese is such an incredible invention. I wonder if oiling this super old microphone stand would stop with that squeaking. Probably a spot. Probably something I can do. Yeah, blue cheese is so fucking good. I'm kind of tempted by this Bob. And then I'm also tempted by a Tolly. Formidable Speaker can find my Mole Man or Grist. Not the worst Formidable Speaker deck. Seems like a spot where Death Ray could be good, especially if we get some more fetches. Ideally, we're rebuying our lands, but strip mining the opponent puts their lands in the graveyard. Will we ever see a fetch? Well, we took one earlier, and we passed a fetch in that pack. Thinking about Chariot, thinking about Inquisition. Vibrance was pretty good in our last deck, but our last deck was, I guess we're also playing red here, aren't we? Oh, I think Wooded Foothills is actually more important than this Wasteland. Let's get a crab up in this. Relic of Sauron, also interesting. Looks like a Titania deck to me. Ice Till Explorer, here we fucking go. Oh shit, what up? Hey Wimbledon, thanks for the sob, 83 months. Wimbledon says, I feel like move wood is a euphemism. Thanks for continuing to do what you do, Caleb. You are very welcome, Wimbledon. Thanks for supporting. Folks like you helping me keep the old lights on. Keeping this bucket of bolts on the air. the air, like I'm on an old-time radio station. Green feels a bit underdrafted. Yeah, it's certainly improved a bit. It's still worse than the other colors. So it ends up getting like overdrafted on Arena because people just like don't know until the 17 land stats come out. That is a good looking formidable speaker. And then it ends up getting underdrafted a bit on Magic Online because people have that memory of green being unplayable. This is Magic the Gathering Online. Arena has a lot more animations and such. A little shiny. We have a Ruwala for that survival. Fucking value. There's a Fastbond. That appeals to me. Let's make sure we get that, huh? I do not play Unearth in my cube decks. There are cubes where Unearth looks good. I don't think this is one of them. Interesting. We got Reanimate or Noble Hierarchy here. In regards to the Reanimate, we have a couple things worth reanimating. We don't have a ton of ways to bin them. There's that Survival that I just moved to the sideboard. And then there's also, oh man, we could Survival Welder. Oh, one. Not in this deck, but like later, huh? Later, a different deck, a different draft. And then there's like Ursine and Grist Mill that could bin something for Reanimate. And there's Formidable Speaker that could bin a Fat Aim. So those are all interesting. We kind of need a little bit more early game critters for the Noble, and we kind of need this Stomping Ground for the Wooded Foothills to fetch. So it's a hard pack. Hard pack for me. I think I'm gonna grab the Stomping Ground. I think I like Emperor Bones better than a dedicated reanimation effect. There's a Zurin Orb here. I'll Zorb it up. Even if we don't do the infinite with Zurin Orb, it's still good with Titania. Interesting pack. I like Fire Covenant. I like Wayfinder, and I like Safekeeper. I think Wayfinder might actually be great here in terms of helping me find Strip Mine and Cradle and fetches and such. Hagak is in. I don't think you'd see Basking Ruwala in if Hagak wasn't in. So there's Blood Crypt and Titania. There's Skull Clamp that's interesting. We got a lot of clampables with the Grist and the Mole Man spitting out 1/1s. The Bowmaster's spitting out 1/1s. And then I have seen Ouroboride just do its thing in this cube. Similar to what it does in Standard. It just comes down. It's like, you need to kill me immediately or I'm going to anthem my team a couple times. I think I'm going to grab the Clamp. Really wanted those duels, though. Oh, man. Recurring Nightmare, huh? You have that Survival. Verdant. That's a late Verdant. Holy shit. Is Bailoff Prime more important or is Green Sun more important? Green Sun might be more important here. Bailoff Prime is good, but I think Green Sun being able to find the Explorer, Moral Man, or whatever might end up being better. Something I like about the Bailoff over Titania is the Bailoff can be activated a bunch. Like if you just have Guy's Cradle, it can be a Guy's Cradle mana sink if you don't have a regular sack outlet like Zurin Orb. And that can be good. The spot where I like Titania better is that the 5/3 is coming to play untapped. So if you need that immediate board presence. Plus you get another Strip Mine Recursion. If this draft makes it to YouTube, there's going to be a lot of people mad at me for all these crunchings. Crunchings and munchings. Streamers got to eat, though. Sometimes I count Once Upon a Time as a land. I don't think I can here. I think I need enough fetchables. The crab and the Atali get a lot more exciting if I am playing Survival Recurring Nightmare. What else is good with Recurring Nightmare? Seder Wayfinder, Formidable Speaker, Ice Still, Titania Loop with Strip Mine could be good. You've noticed that with Fastbond Crucible, you can't actually get infinite life. Yeah. You're getting like some large amount and getting a bunch of mana and stuff, and usually you can win from that spot. Alright. You like cutting Questing Beast? Questing Beast can be a sideboard card. Not a bad Green Sun Zenith hit at some points, but not necessary either. A Recurring Nightmare also plays well with 6. What if I just played Recurring Nightmare and didn't play Survival? Just rely on Self-Mill? I think I'm going to do that. Might cut Ursine here. He's also kind of just a beater. Hell yeah, Larry the Boss. One thing about this mana base is there's not a Bayou. I could play the Triome. We already have one comes into play tapped land. I don't love playing too many. But having a fetchable Swamp Forest could end up being important. Maybe the Fastbond will make the comes into play tapped lands less brutal. Eight, 9, 10-ish. 10-ish green. Pretty good. Red is 1, 2. How much red do we need? Like 6. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Yeah, we could cut a mountain for sure. Then for black here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're just gonna... Oops, the opposite. There we go. Worth noting that if we mill the mountain, then the Vista can't fetch for red anymore. So Vista fetching mountain and then recurring Vista isn't going to let us get to Atali, but we have plenty of other red sources here. I think. Adjusting the overlay real quick. Alright, should be good. We have 1 double green and Ice Still Explorer. I kind of want to get the mountain because the Atali's right here, but I'm going to grab the forest. I think I'll keep it. I'm probably going to get to reanimate something pretty awesome here, assuming the isolate resolves, of course. I guess we don't have that many fetchables in the deck. I'm going to hold on to control for this last one. And fetch with the trigger on the stack because it's the last fetchable out. I don't want to mill it on accident. Subverdant. I don't think I have 2 untapped lands for this Catacombs to grab. Yeah, just 1 with the Stomping Ground. Shocking Self's pretty brutal, too. Oh, and Milled Titania. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's grab the Triumph. Can't remember if Wooded Foothills gets something different. I'll just Titanium. Cool. Well, that appears to be all of our fetchables. What happened to the tunes? Feeling pretty good about my decision to play the Recurring Nightmare, even though we didn't really end up using it there. And you could see why it makes sense in the deck from how the game played out. Cube for the Cube God. You know what, Eric? And for Blue 3, the blue player had nothing. They might have had Mana Leak, and it just didn't matter. And if they have a hard counter, you got the Recurring Nightmare to just get it back anyway. I have not heard Throw Some Ass. Ethos Scotty. It sounds like I'd enjoy it, though. I suppose. I need to restart Magic Online. Getting a little sluggish. Opponent's on a mull to 5 on the play. We did take a mull, though, so. Moxie Woxie. Jesus, Taco Master. You search Mystical Teachings in Modern. Most recent result, 2023. Was it a that 4-mana enchantment that like untaps lands at the end of the turn? I think that's the last time I saw anyone playing Mystical Teachings. Last time I played it. Wilderness Reclamation. That's the card, yeah. Yeah, very sluggish, huh? I might restart in between games if I remember. That's the tricky part, is just remembering. Sewer Valence end of turn. Wonder if they're an Emery deck. Doing a Strip Mine hunt here. I got excited because there was a colorless land, but no. Are we cracking Sewer Valence? We'll get in those 2 cards. We're not. That's a much better line. Okay. Get this guy the fuck off the board. I would have popped that cam a few turns back, but they're getting their cards. Recurring Nightmare on top of the library. Yeah, I don't know if I get back Grist and just kill their thing or get back Titanium. Probably better to get back Titanium. Get some 5/3s. Mipestone and Weakstone. Yeah, I draw 2 as well. Killing Woolman doesn't do enough here. The most disposable token. So even though we don't have lands to grab, we're still making Kraken fetches just to trigger Titanium. Mostly worried about like an upheaval here, maybe. I shouldn't be F6ing. Again, we still have that Foothills for Titanium. Upheaval and Ugin. I think we can beat Ugin from this spot. I think I was just afraid of Upheaval. This hand is bad, but we do have a turn 1 Inquisition. I'm going to take the Probe and hope they don't hit red. Their hand's pretty good. The other option is take Broadside because it is their best card. Alright, got our lands. Just missing a Fastbond and a Recursion effect. Well, that's not bad. Pretty close to this Titania. Hey, they got a fetch. Yeah, we were in a good spot there. 0 Orb Titanium meant that I could sack all my lands and, get a bunch of life and spit a bunch of 5/3s. I don't think either of their cards mattered even. I think I have enough black sources to play Snuff Out. I think they have enough non-black creatures for me to play Snuff Out. Don't cut Thoughtseize. Got a card that costs life. Cut a card that costs life. This is one of those I guess hands. Not doing anything till a turn 2 Inquisition, which might be way too slow. Forgot to reset. Oh, and sideboarding, yeah. It's hard to remember. Your brain's all locked into the mansion hand. Well, this Duress does not whiff. Has some nice options. In the dark, I like taking the Inquisition from this hand. Just because Clamp and Zorb could get brought back by 6. Looks like they went with Clamp. Sure feels like this Inquisition's gonna whiff. It did not whiff. Wow. All right, opponent, you've got a turn to rip an answer to a Mole Man. I think that was their draw, right? I don't think they have an answer to this Mole Man. Guess we'll find out. Yeah. So, infinite life, infinite 1/1s. This guy's just a fucking payoff for the combo built into him. And then the Vibrance could go get Strip Mine here. Get all the opponent's lands as well. I'll leave them an opportunity to get back in. The Moloid Master. Well done, Mole Man. Bad gist. A lot of things that could go wrong here. We don't draw another mana source. The guy's Cradle doesn't produce mana otherwise, or is missing green. But pretty much any land in the deck lets it operate because you play the Bowmaster and plenty of mana all of a sudden. Nice. Oh, they hit an untapped land. So now maybe they're going to Flicker Wisp their enchantment here. Nope, I was super wrong. Could Vibrance for Strip Mine. I think I'm supposed to Clamp. Because this guy's going to exile my token anyway. was kind of worried about the legend just attacking me, so I kind of don't mind the blink here. Ah, shit. I needed a Vista for a green source so I can Vibrance for both. Really need a Zoran orb here, don't I? And other things. There's some cards. Yeah, this generates a mana. The Mox Ruby's going to generate a mana. And they got an untapped land. 6 me down to 3. Oh, am I supposed to get 6? I was going to get Mole Man. 6 can't quite rebuy Vibrance. No, let's get Mole Man. I think I like Strip Mine Cradle. I mean, I want to Strip Mine them, but I think Strip Mine Cradle's better. Now we have a little bit more mana for clamping. Is Recurring Nightmare interesting? Not quite. I could cast a Tolly. Let's draw 2 more first. Okay, so that's the question. Is drawing 4 cards better, or is playing a Tolly better? A Tolly would need to hit, because just on board. One thing about clamping is that if we whiff, you could Wayfinder and try and find something worth Recurring Nightmaring. Zuran Orb is really the card I want. Zuran Orb is just a win? Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying for fucking orbs. But you're not necessarily going to get it in 4 cards. Or even 6 cards. Right? Yeah, Tali has a chance of hitting the orb. It also just, like, has a chance of just answering this board, too. I think I'm going to keep drawing, but I think it's very close. mean, it's better to Wayfinder and clamp that instead of clamping Mole Man. So I could like have the Mole Man in play when I'm doing the thing. Alright, 6 cards remaining. This is a 1 in 3 chance of finding that orb I need. Come on, Clamp. Come on. Come on! Surely orb isn't in the bottom 4. How do I ban a fucking chatter? What do I... Ugh, 1 life would let me go another 2 as well. The next card. 1 fucking card deeper. 1 life. We were 1 life away. 1 lousy life away. Or 1 mana, however you want to think about it. Yeah, you can clamp the Mole Man and get the Zern Orb and just use the Zern Orb to live for the turn, and the next turn Recurring Nightmare back the Mole Man and win, essentially. We were short. Went through like 12 cards. I went through so many cards. literal bottom 4 cards of the library of that Zern Orb. The 1 turn I played an extra swamp for no reason. Yeah, but the extra swamp, like the turn... It was an extra swamp that turn, but on a later turn, the turn that I was comboing off there, I still used all of my land drops. So that doesn't matter, Daniel. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the swamp still had to cost a life to get into play, whether it was the turn that I was comboing at the end there or the earlier turn. It's 1 life either way. It's not like I would have had 1 more functional life for mana. If I had saved the life then, I still would have had to pay the life for the swamp on the combo turn. Does that make sense? Thinking about Snuff Out versus Thoughtseize, I think I'd rather have Thoughtseize against this opponent with the Black Lotus. Give me a chance of snagging that. Don't love it. Nice. That is the one spot where a turn 2 Ren and 6 is exciting. Wow. I'm actually gonna grab the Evora. The 4-drop's more powerful, but it is a little further away. And I think Evora would also kind of run away with this. Yeah. So I'd like to get another green source so I can play Ice Till if I draw Ice Till, or Titanium if I draw Titanium. But I'm going to grab the Raucous Theater because I think that Surveil is kind of important here. I guess if I keep the Stomping Ground, I'm only 1 mana away from Crab. Something to map on. Zern Orb on top. You son of a bitch, Zern Orb. We're going to bin. We do have ways of rebuying it. We've got 6 that can rebuy it later. And currently have no other pieces for comboing. And we need things, so I'm just going to go ahead and bin there. This is a big ass 4th. Athari, Brutal. Well, the grist gave me hope for a second there. Hey, Artex Double, thanks for the sub, thanks 113 months. I don't think we get the trophy, folks. My draws are not lining up as well as they were earlier. All dressed up, nowhere to go. It's a lot of damage. 13, put me to 3. Sure. GG. Again. I like that deck a lot. Bummer it kind of shit the bed in the last match there. Could have been cool to get a game 3 in the finals.